I've read Marky Smith's autobiography, Renegade, which he has simultaneously said, like claimed ownership of, and then also said I never wrote it, or like it's just like someone else ghost wrote it for me, and I just like signed off on it or took the check or whatever. So it's very hard to suss out like what he's ever telling the truth about.
Yes.
So I think like you could get like if you interview the 75 people that he's worked with over the course of this musical project, like it's a Rashomon thing, but eventually I think you will like that kind of data set, you will get a kind of an accurate portrayal.
Yes.
There in your life you will meet two Marky Smiths, one who will always lie and one who will always tell the truth.
Regardless of whether it's true or not, there are some extremely funny parts of Renegade. I would highly recommend that book as well.
I'm sure both of his lies and his truths are extremely funny stories.
Yes. So we actually start with interviewing Mark himself in Manchester, and he's like,
what
at
does
the bar.
E stand for?
Edward?
Not entertainment.
Not entertainment. Sorry.
Mark Edward Smith. Okay.
I think it's Edward. So they're talking about, Mark knows that this guy is writing, he's trying to seek out his former bandmates, and he is like, no, I'm not going to give you any of their contact information. You're going to have to like do this on your own. Like, sorry, dude. He also remembers fondly some pranks that he pulled on. He's a big prankster.
Oh yeah. He's like George Clooney.
Yeah. So some like pranks.
Many
he
have
pulls
said
on
that Marky Smith is like the George Clooney of music.
Funk music.
Yeah, that's true. He says one such prank was in Germany when one of my band members is ordering breakfast. You get them to shout the German words for "excuse me, stick it up your arse, will you?" He is laughing so much he can barely speak. Then suddenly he looks sad. The musicians are getting wise to it now.
Oh no!
Another famous Marky Smith prank that I think was their biggest hit in pop culture of recent vintage, and Marky Smith just died this year as well.
Yeah,
kind of amazing he lived as long as he did.
Yeah,
considering his daily diet of alcohol,
pints and
speed. Yeah, and then like 10 packs of cigarettes. But they were booked at the Reading Festival, and Mark E. Smith famously threw a bottle at Mumford & Sons during one of their sound checks, yelling, and I quote, "Get them retarded Irish folk singers off the stage."
Oh my
God. And then after he did it, they were like, "No, they're the headliners." And he was like, "What? I didn't know they were like top of the charts or whatever." He probably still would have done it, but he was like, "What's this shit? Get the fuck out of here." So for that legend as well, because nothing could be further from the Fall or Fall fandom than Mumford and Sons.
Yes,
boys.
Look, I wouldn't have used the language that he did, but I'm glad. But someone had to say it.
Yeah. Might as well have been him. So Mark kind of sends him on his way, like, okay, dude, whatever, like, but also don't listen to any of these people. Like, you can't trust them. So he finds the first guy he talks to is a guitarist named Tommy Crooks. He only played with the Fall from 1997 to 1998. I feel like they average at like 2-year stints. Occasionally someone will make it longer than that.
Well, whenever I see something like 1997 to 1998, I also imagine it's like November 97 to mid-February.
98, yeah. And so he left after probably the most famous kind of breakdown of the Fall, which was in New York City at Brownies. Did you ever go to Brownies back?
I remember it, but I don't think I ever saw it.
Brownies is used to be a very small DIY-ish, not DIY exactly, but
like a little club
rock
space
venue. So the fight started when Mark repeatedly slapped his drummer's cymbal to the ground. The drummer, who is Carl Burns, who is a man who is never found and becomes an enigma kind of floating through this book, by the way.
Many people reference Carl.
Everyone's
and
like, Carl,
what
is he dead? Like, how's he doing? Like, I think I saw him like riding by on a motorbike without a shirt on the other day. So Carl is fed up with Mark slapping his cymbals to the ground. He starts strangling Mark. And then there's a huge sort of punch up, and the night ends with Mark in jail on domestic assault charges because he has hit his girlfriend-ish at the time / bandmate, Julia Nagel. So this was like, and then shortly afterward, pretty much everyone left the fall besides Marky Smith, and it truly was the grandma on bongos lineup.
Era.
And so Tommy Crooks, the guy he's interviewing, was there for that. By the way, this book is truly my fucking nightmare because I hate it when we're reading memoirs and people are like in and out and in and out. And so like this is all this book is, and it was a lot of names, and I just wanted a moment of appreciation.
The last one that you had this trouble with was the prog rock memoir.
Yes. Oh my God.
Also because those people are not as big of characters as like Meet Me in the Bathroom, which is another oral history, lots of names.
Yeah.
But everybody in that is like
I'm
a character,
familiar with
and
that
you're familiar,
scene.
And everybody is like in the prog book was like Jimothy Two Shambles, clavitone programmer for Genesis from 1971 to 1973.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
That's interesting. That the I think like in Renegade, a big through line of the book is Mark's hatred of drummers.
Yeah, he seems to have troubles with them, and vice versa. Had you heard of this row?
I think I was kind of familiar with it. Yeah. But no, yeah.
This I think to date, he might have been arrested for other things like possession or something or drunkenness, but like this is his, I think maybe only violent arrest. And we'll get back to this later. We'll revisit it, but this is kind of the mood that we at least first come into when we're talking to Tommy Crooks. Tommy Crooks ran into Mark on the street in Edinburgh, and Mark was like, "Hey, do you want to play in the band?"
Did he know that this guy was a guitarist?
No, they like just got to chatting, and the guy was like barely a guitarist and like wasn't that good, but he was just
that's no hurdle to any of their previous musical output.
Clearly not. So he had never heard him play, and he just invited him into the band, and this happened a lot. A lot of the fall members are just people that Mark literally just saw and was like, "You're in the band."
Because I mean, like, I think his thing is like he never liked or respected like anyone who was like a virtuoso musician,
a muso,
yeah,
if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Like he always had contempt or hatred for that because I think he viewed musicians the way like Stanley Kubrick viewed actors. Like that they were just sort of like tools to be abused for his edification, and he had like the purity of his creative vision.
And, unlike Kubrick, though, who has this vast technical infrastructure of which the human component is tiny compared to the technical achievement.
This is very
what
DIY.
He wants to do.
Yeah.
Mark on the other side is like, look, a fucking monkey can play the guitar lines I need you to play for this. So don't ask questions, just play what I say.
Tommy Crooks said that once Mark handed him a bill for his laundry and said, "Sing that." Which once again, like very Sun Ra, like just being like, I don't know, play the sound of like water.
Yes.
Or like, I don't know.
Can you make your next solo more orange?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if Marky Smith has synesthesia. Probably not.
He has it, but every sense is just interpreted in his mind into the color gray.
Yeah. The writer then talks to the Hanley brothers. So there were two different brothers in the band at different points. One of them had a very long run. He was a bassist from 1979 to 1998, which the writer describes as the sort of sentence you don't even get for armed robbery. And then the brother was a drummer for 5 years.
He wasn't the drummer. That's a long run for a drummer.
He wasn't the only bassist from 79 to 98, was he?
I think he might have been the main one. I don't know. Maybe sometimes he had two or something. Why? Wait, why?
Just wondering because my knowledge of the band is that nobody made it that long.
Yeah.
In it.
No, I think he might have had maybe a couple of hiatuses.
Sure.
But the drummer talks about Paul. He says the mood of the band. He said the tension is manufactured because Mark winds people up. On a 20-date tour, he'd rather have 10 shit gigs and 10 great gigs than 20 that are middling.
I kind of subscribe to that. If inconsistency gets you exceptionality along with the shit, then I would definitely rather have in projects that I am working on or involved with.
When's the last time you guys saw a show where the band was like actively bad? Because honestly, like question. I don't know if I've ever seen a show where people like truly didn't have their shit together, I would be excited by that.
I saw this was like years ago, but I saw RZA in concert when like that movie he did with Russell Crowe with the men with the iron fist or whatever came out. And it was like the soundtrack released for that movie. And me and my friends wanted to go because I was like, RZA, we'll see RZA. And like RZA performed for like 10 minutes and then he was like, yo, I'm just going to let my cousin come on here and show and prove for y'all. And then we just gave him the mic and left. I was like, that was pretty fucking whack. That was pretty bad.
I feel like when shows are bad, I totally memory hold them. and
you
don't really
wanna,
recall them. Yeah,
you don't want to deal. The long-term basis,
I can-
Steve. Yeah,
Eminem.
that was not. I wouldn't say that was like technically bad. That was just like emotionally bad.
Yeah, it was.
But like technically, like he had everything together.
I guess. Yeah,
I just haven't seen someone like truly like fully fall apart on stage.
Well, when we were on tour in Europe, and we did the show in Glasgow, the venue we performed at, we were hanging out with a fan after the show, and he said he saw The Fall perform there like a couple months before we did, and it was like one of the last shows he did before he died.
Jesus.
And he said it was you could tell where it was. He was performed in a wheelchair and looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh
like,
my God.
He said it was a really bad show.
Oh my God.
And it was like sort of tragic to watch.
Oh my God.
not great.